clarity and compassion. Because that's so I want clarity for every human who thinks that they are crazy, right? And I mean, I have so much compassion for people because I am an extremely sensitive person. I have a huge brain, a huge intellect, a huge heart, like a huge energy field. I'm told that I'm too much all the time, right? So like, right? I have compassion for all of us too big, too much humans, and so it's compassion, but and clarity to let you know that you aren't crazy and that you're not too much and that we are here to change the world, right?
Absolutely. I love it. What is a channel? Why do our listeners need to know? How is this going to help them really with their mind, body, soul wellness?
Absolutely. So I am a channel, which means I am open and available to receive information from the wider multiverse.
Mm.
Uh, right. And so that means, so yes, I can do readings for people and receive information from your energy field, your ancestors, your spirit guides, your soul. But I can also receive information from structures in the quantum. So the quantum is the infinite energy field in which we exist. You know, we just exist in a little tiny bit of it. And I actually receive energy as structures like this behind me, these grids. So what I do is I receive a grid of information, just like data. It's just data. It's just information, and I receive that in through my mind and in my body, and then I process it, and then I understand it, and then I speak it in a human way so that we can understand it. And so I'm a conduit between energy and human experience. My main passion and my main goal is to help people realize that they're not crazy. The first thing that most people, when they sit down in front of me for the first time, say, they're going to say, "You're going to think I'm crazy, but." I hear that dozens of times every single day, and my first expression to you is, "You're not crazy. You're just seeing through this lie that we've been told that this is all there is." That there is one reality, that time is linear, that this is our only experience. And as energetic beings, which we are, when we start to open up and realize that there is a whole lot more to the multiverse than this, right? And everyone, a lot of people have these intrinsic like knowings within themselves. You know, we have these experiences, we feel other people's emotions, we see and we hear and we feel and we know, and we have these dreams and these premonitions, right? Everyone's sometimes you're floating out of your body, or sometimes you're seeing a blue woman standing in your doorway, right? And when this starts to happen, when you start to open up and tap into the wider universe, you absolutely start to think that you're crazy. And I'm really here to let you know that you're not crazy. You're just remembering, and it's not anything more than that, than a remembering, because you know everything within yourself. And that's what I love to help people tap into.
What brings you the most pleasure right now?
What brings me pleasure is my service
Yeah.
to others, to bringing community. Community to me is vital. As someone who chose to come and experience soul level loneliness on this planet. And I know this is going to resonate with a lot of people as well. Not just when you start to awaken, you start to lose friends and family because they think that you're nuts. And on a scientific note, you're not resonating at their frequency anymore, and so they start to drop away. But I chose to come and experience deep loneliness so that it would push me to create new communities and to hold space for more people, and so that they can have their peers. And again, so that you can speak and be seen and be heard and manifest, and together, scientifically and mathematically, you can manifest like this, beautiful. When two people manifest, it's not just a doubling of that, it's actually exponential. And so when we come together for common goals, we accelerate our human evolution and peace and joy and abundance at an exponential rate. But on a human level, you feel good. The human connections, like the human connection and touch, and community has been weeded out of our societies, especially recently, and so bringing that back and bringing that together, I hold space for people all over the planet, and they all come together to be seen and heard and to share and to prosper, and that's what brings me so much joy right now.
I totally feel you on that. I mean, that's the purpose of this series, is to really bring women together that may not have been able to connect otherwise, and to really empower and rise others. And I'd love to want to get your thoughts on this. So you said you came here to experience deep aloneness. Totally get that. But you're right. When you come into this community, your soul tribe, or whatever you want to call it, it's one to many. You like, I don't know what I said a while ago, but it was like you accelerate, right? And I would almost argue that this deep loneliness is preparing you for the cataclysmic, exponential volume of pleasure you will receive. You already are receiving, but because you have to carry this for everybody. And it's like, it's this whole teeter totter. The more you feel low, the more high you can feel. Because if you just cruise through life and skim the surface, you're never going to feel pleasure or pain. And you and I have a capacity to feel more. Like, I feel so much low and high. And I had to move through a lot of this to get the higher. So I totally feel you on that. But you're right. Yeah, you came here to experience the low, but like, let's go.
Oh yeah.
And it's gonna keep doing this. But it's like, I just kept seeing, like, no, it's flipping. It's go time. Let's go. We're bringing everybody with us. Let's go. I've already been in here, so I got it. Let's go.
Absolutely. The further into the dark you go, as the law of polarity states, the further into the light you can go. And so the further into loneliness I can go, and I consciously go. Here's the thing. It's one thing to be, I feel lonely, and then to transmute it and to feel better. It's another to feel so anchored in your mission to voluntarily look at your darkness square in the eye, look into the abyss, and plunge as far down as you possibly can. And that's what I've been doing, and observing it all, and digging it out, because like you said, the further one way you go, the further the other way you can go, and it's exponential. And also, go ahead.
I was going to say, I can agree with you with that, because I've done my variety of various plant medicine journeys and things. And those conscious journeys are different than what I played around with years ago. Fine. But the conscious going deep, it's uncomfortable and it's scary. And it's nice to have a community around you to help, at least for me. But I know now that when those moments happen, I have so much power and strength, power to go to my fear, because I know that's where the medicine is, and it's ready to be released to create space for something amazing. Like, we were even just talking about it this morning, like, you and I are feeling just gross this week. Like, we have rosacea and just like tummy issues and this and that. Years ago, it would have been like, oh, I don't feel good and leave me alone. And now it's like, okay, we're making some room. Let's go.
There would have been judgment, right? Oh, I'm feeling a bit low today.
Like, yeah. I know it's serving a purpose. I'm honoring it. I'm allowing it. No fear, because I know it's serving a purpose, and I know it's just creating space for more of the pleasure.
Absolutely. And when you look at your duality, because that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Right? Your duality. So for my duality is loneliness and connection. When I looked at loneliness from a really objective place, it's just the desire for connection, which is the other side of duality anyway. And then actually, by doing that, we collapse the duality and actually just sit and embody connection. And so when I say I'm a very lonely person, it's not come from a place of victimhood whatsoever. It's a frequency that I came to experience. very consciously. I mean, hey, 20 years ago, I wouldn't be using these words. I would have been like, I'm so lonely. But that's the journey, right? To
Could you
become more
imagine,
full.
could you imagine talking to yourself 20 years ago? Like if you could go back in time, what would you, first off, you'd probably be like, it's okay, we're good. What would you say to yourself? Like to the younger version of yourself?
Oh, I think I'd just give her a hug.
Yeah, I
To
feel
be
that.
honest, like it's gonna be okay. Like